MFA Updates
Good morning สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome to MFA Update. This is a weekly program that focuses on Thailand's foreign affairs and activities. I am Nishika Phumi, your host. This week we are going to discuss fake news, which is one of the most relevant issues in Thailand. We have คุณ CHAOWANEE ตังวงประเสริฐ Minister Counsellor of the News Division, Department of Information. She will share with us the effort of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in combating fake news.
The Foreign Affairs that Matter. Special guests from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. This is the MFA Updates.
Hello คุณ CHAOWANEE, nice to talk to you today.
Hi, good morning, Grace. Yeah, thank you for having me today.
All right, so we are going to talk about fake news, and I would like you to start with the idea of fake news itself. Could you tell us what fake news is and why it matters?
Yes, of course. Yeah, actually, fake news are quite a popular term as of today. But the fake news itself has always been spread throughout the history. That the term fake news actually was first used in 1890. 19 is a long time ago when sensational report of the newspaper were common, but the term does not have a fixed definition and has been applied broadly to any type of the false information, and it has been ignited by digital technology and changing global media landscape. At the moment, in the era of the digital web, where the internet and variety of social media creation and consumption news and information is changing, the increasing use of the mobile phone, tablets, and the easy for the Wi-Fi access turned all the social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok into the powerful platform for providing news and entertainment. The online social media actually has democratized the means of news production and dissemination, but on the other hand, it's become a breeding ground for false and fake news. As mentioned earlier, that there are a lot of definitions for this term. If we're searching online, we can see a lot of definitions, but I would like just to pick up some. Like from Wikipedia, they give the definition for the fake news is the false or misleading information presented as news. Fake news often has the aim of damaging the reputation of a person or entity and making money through advertising revenue. On the other hand, some definition from the Center of Information Technology and Society of the University of Santa Barbara explain that the term of fake news means news articles that are intentionally and verifiably false, designed to manipulate people's perception of real facts, events, and statements. It's about information presented as new, and it's known by the impromptu form based on the fact that are demonstrated incorrect or statement that even verified did not happen. And also, we need to mention that the definition given by the UNESCO also, because UNESCO published the handbook for journalists about the fake news. And then in that handbook, the definition that given is the fake news has three types of it. The first one is disinformation. It does mean that information that is a false and deliberately created to harm a person, social group, organization, or country. The second one is a misinformation. The information has a false but not created with the intention of causing harm. The last one will be the malinformation. The information that is spent on reality used to inflict harm on a person, social group, organization, or country. That is the definition of the fake news that I would like to raise for today.
And could you share with us the role of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in combating all these fake news?
Yeah, actually, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is one of the government agencies that responsible for combating the fake news because the government itself attaches great importance for fighting against the spreading of the fake news. Ministry of Digital Economy and Society, or DES, has the Anti-Fake News Center which played the role of the focal point to take the lead in combating the fake news for all government agencies. In July last year, Cabinet has the decision and then asking all the government agencies to support the policy by establishing a special agency to take responsibility on combating fake news. So the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has joined hand by setting up a committee on combating fake news in August last year. The committee comprising of Deputy Director General from all concerned departments, one Assistant Permanent Secretary who oversees legal matter, and we having Deputy Permanent Secretary as a chair, the Director General and the Deputy Director General of the Department of Information as the Vice Chair. And our division, the news division, take responsibility as a secretariat. The committee meets once a month to monitor and looking the trend of the possible fake news under the MFA responsibility. We also do the fact check of verified news or posts that received from the DES. We also publicize all necessary information concerning the possible fake news or the result from the fact checking through all the ministry channel and the social media platform. The combating fake news is a growing narrative of the technology platform like Facebook, Google, and the new media. The government and informed citizenry. Ultimately, we must find a way to control the production of the fake news and increase the quality output to maintain functioning of the society at the same time. And you can see that it's a lot of effect from the fake news that harm the society, harm the people, so that the ministry itself try to control the limit that can affect the people by giving full responsibility and then cooperation to the DES.
And I see that you have mentioned the MFA Fact Check. It's quite interesting, and could you share with us the details of how it processes?
Yeah, one of the process for our committee is the fact checking for the new or the post that DES sent to us. As mentioned earlier, the DES is a focal point on this matter. The Anti-Fake News Center under the DES will monitor the news or posts from various types of the social media and websites. When they found some posts or the advertise or something that might be possible the fake news and is involving with the MFA. The DAS will send the query to us for fact checking. The process of fact checking is involved with the department concerned. As Secretariat, we will first look at our archive, whether this issue has been published through our websites or our social media. If so, we will promptly respond to the DAS with the link that, okay, this issue we already advertised or published is already, so the DAS can use our reading information to post it on their website. If not, then we will look at the issue that they're concerning with which department in our ministry, and then we will send it to our colleague at the concerned department for doing the fact check. In some cases, we will ask our mission board to looking for the answer or verify that it's true or false. And some cases, we will ask our counterpart in Thailand to help us verify that it's true. However, it also have a query that it's not under our responsibility, then we will suggest the Anti-Fake News Center of the DES to contact with the agency concerned who take charge of the said matter, because we can't support them in this matter. Since we established the committee, we do a lot of fact-checking for various kinds of news and posts, including bilateral relations between the Thailand and certain country, the travel restriction, travel requirement, visa requirement, the job finding overseas, like the food pricking in Scandinavian, the call center scamming, and of course the popular issue is the COVID-19 vaccine and its effect. Most of the posts that we do the fact check, which is verify that the result was true, or some posts is malinformation, and some is false or can consider is fake news. After the fact-checking process, if the news is true or is true but have malinformation in some parts, then we will correct the part that is not the right one to be the correct information and send back to the DAS for that to be publicized or advertised or posted on their channel. But if that matter is concerning with the people who are living in Thailand or in abroad for all the Thai citizens, then we will also publish in our website, or if necessary, issue the warning or travel advisory to give the correct information for those who want to travel in order to avoid, of course, unforeseen problems for them. We also provide necessary information through our websites and social media platform, and of course during our weekly media briefing by the MFA spokesperson also. For those who involved in the spreading, posting, fabricating, and creating fake news, you should be aware that you may have opportunity to face with the legal action, because DES has already filed complaint to some cases like the one that who posting the fake news about the side effect after being shot by the vaccine. So even you delete that post already, but they are still taking action, the legal action for you. So to avoid all trouble, please make sure that you know that what are you doing right now just to avoid the problem. And also, I would like to remind everyone that not try to causing the problem. Think twice or thrice before taking action. And this part, I would like to mention the UNESCO campaign, which is launched recently that with the hashtag that think before sharing, because that is will be the best guideline for us for fighting with the fake news.
So as you've mentioned, the UNESCO campaign, Think Before Sharing, could you talk about that campaign a little bit more?
As I told you, guys, the UNESCO also published the handbook for the journalists to fighting about the fake news, and then but still the fake news is still fly all over the world. And during the pandemic COVID-19 era, a lot of fake news has been fabricated and then posting all over the social media platforms. And then it has sparked a worrying rise in the disinformation and also the conspiracy theory. The conspiracy theory can be dangerous. They often target discriminate against vulnerable groups, ignore scientific evidence, and polarize society with serious consequences. So the UNESCO thinks that it needs to be stopped. During the launching campaign, UNESCO Director General, he said that conspiracy theory causes real harm to people, to their health, and also to their physical safety. They amplify and legitimize misconception about the pandemic and reinforce stereotypes with confused violent and violent extremist ideology. So the UNESCO campaign help you to learn how to identify, debunk, react, and report on conspiracy theory to prevent that spread. If you click on the UNESCO website, you will find very interesting infographic and social media pack, and then read it through, and then you will find it's very useful for all of you. I would like to suggest that if you have a chance, please click into the UNESCO website to see the detail of the handbook and then the campaign Think Before Sharing.
And to conclude our program today, I would like you to tell us the role of the general public, like we as individuals, in helping to combat the fake news, please.
Thank you. Actually, everyone have a very big role in fighting fake news. Not only the MFA and all government agencies, public sector and individually has a major role to fight with the fake news. So we need to empower our people by increasing the number of digital and information literacy, building capacity and raising awareness of our people. The basic trick is about the find the bill question. It's always useful to avoid spreading or creating fake news. Please ask yourself every time before taking action. And if you are able to get right answer, then please continue. But once you do it, you can't take it back ever. So before you share information online, consider the find the bill question. By doing so, we can eradicate fake news from our society. Fake news can be misleading as well as damage the reputation of individual. Although fake news is usually spread on social media as we see a lot. So the first question of the find the bill is who. Consider that the person has posting story or made a story is important, but you need to know that you know them who do that posting. If you know them well, okay, and can be trusted, then maybe you can post it. But anyway, you still need to ask the next question is what is the source of information? Does the person spreading the information have a general source? Knowing that this is important, attribution of a news report is a paramount. Knowing the source of an information you read online that can make you distinguish between fake news and real information. And also knowing the kind of content you read online is crucial and help in reducing the spread of fake news. And then knowing where information comes from is very important. Consider that where the information comes from can help the reducing of the level of the fake news online also. And then ask yourself or your friend why you need to sharing this. Why am I sharing this? Because if you knowing the reason you share the information you source online, it also can help reducing the level of the fake news. First, ask yourself why this information being spread around. Is the information fancy or to be specified vary of the information you believe online and know why it's being spread. Some fake news sources target you with the story that you think it will hope you are true to get you to click and then spread them. So be wary of such information. Also be aware of the time that has been exported or advertised. When is the last question? When was it published? Knowing the accurate date or the publication also can help you to consider that if it's real or can be false. Knowing how to distinguish between the stand news and the current news is very important. When this information I am seeing starts spreading, so it might be long time ago as we see a lot on the social media. So those find the bill trick is an essential to shield us from the falling into the fake news trap. And I am sure that we can cope with this problem together, because together we're strong and together we can do it, and together we can stop or decreasing the number of the fake news in the social media.
Right. Thank you so much. It's a very beautiful ending.
Thank you very much, Congrats. Have a good day.
That was คุณชวนี ตังวงประเสริฐ Research Counsellor of the News Division, Department of Information. And that concludes our program for this week. If you want to listen to the previous episode of the MFA Update, you can visit the YouTube channel MFA Thailand, or you can go to our Facebook page FM88 Radio Thailand English. Thanks so much for listening, and we will see you next time. I am Nishaka Phumi. สวัสดีค่ะ.
MFA Updates